Good afternoon. Welcome to Tuesday. Now, I don't say that very often, do I? So we are doing an origami gift bag. Okay, so I will go through that now. We're just waiting for a couple of people to come on. There's no point in me starting before you all start saying hello. What's the weather like with you? It's been absolutely throwing down over the weekend and a couple of times yesterday, but it's sunny today. It's sunny. It's still a bit chilly, but it's quite sunny. In fact, it's warmer in here than I was expecting it to be when the way Sarah's complained about the cold in here. It's a lot warmer than I was expecting. So we've got some new fabrics in. We've got some new batiks. We've got new layer cake and charm packs and jelly rolls in they're called bonfire batiks. Bit late for bonfire, but they're quite dark, but they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I've been lusting after those, as I would. And then there's two on the bolt. We've got some more blue called Arthur's Garden, I think. Maybe if we get time this afternoon, we'll let you see them, or Sarah will show you tomorrow. I'm imagining that Sarah's on tomorrow night because I'm off for a few days. I'd like to say it's because I'm going away, but it's not. It's because I'm cleaning. I used to have a cleaner and I don't anymore, and I miss her. I miss her so much. Right, okay, who's there? It's cold, jolly cold, jolly cold. Where's my mouse? There it is. So, how are you all? Beautiful and sunny. Yeah, sounds like it's pretty sunny everywhere. What's it like with you, Heather? You're the furthest west that I know. Hiya, Freddie. How are you? Jean, it's just coming up to, I'm going to see some of you now at the next doodah retreat. And that's like 2-3 weeks away. 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Just like, I can't believe it's going so fast. So we're still not quite ready for the retreat, so you have to bear with us. Hiya, Karen, how are you? I haven't seen your name come up for a while on my things, so I hope you are well. Right, we are going to do an origami gift bag. Okay, it's a really easy, simple make, and I think I've worked out a way of you doing it at any size, okay? So this is it, all right? And you just put your present in there, okay? And you have a little gift bag. So let's see if we've got anything here. So you put your gift in there and then pull it closed, okay? And then it's usable afterwards. So it's just a little gift bag, a little something. So I made this one in Christmas batiks. And I have chosen an orange batik for the other one. Okay. Oh, I have got two. So, I finished the project bag that I was doing when the thread snapped the other day. So I finished that. However, all turquoises are not the same, which I know. But when it was on the back, I thought, oh, that's not too bad. I've got 3 turquoises on there. My mother-in-law used to dress in blue, and they'd be all 3 different blues, and it was really weird. Right, okay. I have done this bit up to this bit because this is the tedious bit, okay? So if we go to here, showery. Oh, that means that we've been getting to more showers through. I would imagine coming this way. Stitching your whole cloth. Oh, that's one thing that I keep saying I'm going to do is a whole cloth. I've got a cushion cover somewhere. I just need to write it, draw it out so that I can do it. Right. I I didn't want to do a tiny one. I think the one that I saw was like 8.5 centimeters when it was folded. Where's my thing? I don't know what 8.5 centimeters is in real money. So anyway, so I just took one of my squares, you know, one of my square rulers, and cut round it. So I'm hoping that I can show you how to make this in any size. Now I took 2 squares the same size, put them right sides together, sewed all the way round, left a gap, and then pulled it out and then top stitched it. You do not need me to show you how to do that, because that is something that you all do a lot on other things. Okay, so that's all I did. You're going to take your fabric, okay, decide which colour you want to see. Now I decided that these, I'm going to pull these down a little bit more, that I wanted this bit to be the accents, so that the plain orange is going to be where the green is, and this speckled one is going to be here and inside. Okay, I decided that's what I wanted to do. So you're going to take your square and you're going to fold it in half diagonally, okay, like that. And then you've got to try and remember what you're going to do. So right, there's my middle. If you fold this one side into the middle and take this side and take it over to the edge, pull this one out. No, not quite so far. What you want it to do is you want it to, I'm sure when I did it before it worked. Right, so this is roughly what you're going to do. You want to cross it over, okay? Now you want a fair size bag, so you don't want to just bring it over like this, because your bag then is only going to be, because we're going to sew here, is only going to be this big. So you want a fair amount of baggage, okay? So you're folding it in 3. So really you want the points to meet. You want one lot of points, and then it folds over, and your other points meet your other fold over. Does that make sense? I'm not giving you the right words, but so we're gonna, hopefully that's gonna work. We're gonna bring one side of the top down like this, okay, and the other side like that, okay. So really you're creating, this bit is almost meeting your turn down, okay. So you end up with a square. So fold in half diagonally, fold down the top and the sides in like that. Now we're going to iron these creases in now, like this. Oh, our time zone is behind, yes. My sister is in New Zealand, and they're now, I think they're an hour, 12 hours, but an hour ahead. So we're just going to fold in these like this, okay, because I want this crease here and this crease here. So we're going to just sew down these creases, okay, and we're going to take that into the sewing machine. Hiya Ali, how you doing? How's things? Just posted group. Yeah, we're getting quite a few of our group blocks coming in, which has been nice. So I've got this line down here. You could mark it in if you wanted to, but we're going to just Okay, so I'm just going to sew this one in here. Go. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Okay. You could mark it in with a erasable marker. I think that would give you a better guideline. Okay, so we have sewn these bits in, all right, which creates the bag bit. All right, now along here we're going to be putting ribbon through. Okay, so I'm going to measure that. It's just over half an inch that ribbon is, so I'm going to probably come down 3/4 of a metre, 3/4 of a metre, 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of a metre. So of course I'm using an orange on an orange, which is a bit of a daft thing, isn't it? Like this one. Put that fold up here, like that. Oh, and I would have just ironed that off. It's not easy being this stupid, you know. So I'm going to put a line in there, and oh, it's still there. I wasn't that daft. Right, this probably would be easier to do first. Okay, it can be done, but it's probably easier to put this row stitching in first, because now I have to wiggle it around. That's because I told you it's not easy being this daft. Right, okay, let me make sure everything's out of the way, all the way down. There we go. So back to the drawing board, do this bit first. And it's a good job I drew that in, because I've completely ignored that line. There we go, that's that one. Right. So I'm just going to unpick a few stitches that I caught it up in. So I caught it up here. So I've just unpicked a few stitches. So, like I say, easier to do before. Okay, let's put that in there. Out the way. Actually followed the line this time. I think I've caught it again. Never mind. Nope, I didn't. Right, okay, so I've put a line along here. We're gonna not thread it yet. We're gonna do these side pieces. Okay, so with these side pieces, you're going to take this end corner, this end corner, end point, and you're going to fold it so that the fold that you've ironed in meets the seam like that. Okay, and we're going to iron those creases in there. Okay, and then you're going to fold this down. Now I'm going to take it a little bit further down than I did with the other one, like that. Now you can either put a button in here if you wanted to. I'm just going to put a quick stitch in there, and then we're going to repeat it on the other side. So we're going to open it out, fold your point up with the crease that you've made approximately down, runs along your seam that you've put in. Okay. Now, if you used a fabric that has a pretty back, or used a batik, which is the same on both sides, you don't actually need to put another fabric in. You don't need to line it because it's the same on both sides. So you could play around with that, have a look and see if what works for you. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a bit of the orange showing and fold that in there. Now we're going to go over, and I'm just going to, you could do this by hand, but I'm going to put it on the machine. I'm just going to put in like a lock stitch there. Okay, so well, I think I am. Probably quicker to put a stitch in by hand, actually. You could do a load of them at different sizes and then sit in front of the telly and do all your hand stitching then. So I've been watching a programme called Bodies on the telly. Has anybody else seen it? Because it is well weird. I'm hoping that it's going to make perfect sense at the end. It's a bit like, for me, 12 Monkeys. I don't know whether you ever saw the Bruce Willis film with 12 Monkeys. That didn't make any sense to me whatsoever until the last 5 minutes. And then it was like, oh, of course. It's like murder mysteries. I can watch them 3 times and I still can't remember who did it. So you can cover this then with a button. I mean, some of the ones that I saw, they had buttons here, and then the next bit they did buttons as well. But I couldn't see the point in that. So before we go any further, we are going to take a safety pin, and we are going to thread, oh your word, if I could get the safety pin to work. Okay, that's a dead one. Right. So we're going to put this in here like this. There's one. And we're going to go in here and just thread it through. And we're going to put one ribbon going this way and then one ribbon starting on the other side. So that goes through there like that. Turn it over and push it through on this side. Like that. Okay. And we're just gonna tie a knot. Now you could use cord or or if you wanted to make it rustic, a bit of string. But we're just putting a ribbon. It doesn't need to be overly long at the end. You need it so that when you lie it flat, it lies flat, if that makes sense. And then we are going to thread this one starting at the other end, so that when you pull it through, it pulls it together. So go in this way, like this. So yeah, this body's, it sort of like jumps through time all the time. So it takes about 2 episodes for you to be able to work out that it's all done, you know, it's all done in time thing. And it's just getting to the interesting bit, but they haven't really explained anything. So I shall report back. Apparently it's worth keeping a go on it. So that's all right, Carrie. You're forgiven. Nikki, tell Charlotte to keep going. Apparently, it's not too bad. My left hand fold, should it not line up with the bottom? I haven't lined any of them up with the bottom. I've left them so that I can see some of the orange, but it's your bag. If you wanted that to meet here, then by all means do it. I mean, you're left with little pockets on the side. Right, this one here I am going to do by hand. Because it's doing buttons. So I am just going to sew a button in here. So I'm going to, what did I do? I came along here so that I could bring my needle out at my point, like that, and hide it. You can put a tiny knot and pull it, but then I just put a stitch in there to hold it, and then we're just going to stitch this together like this. Which is not easy with batiks doubled up. At some points I'm going through 4. Oh, I think I've just undone that. You're just sort of like putting in a lock stitch like that. This is why I need a needle grabber. And then you're going to take a button and you're going to sew it down. So if you stick your hand up in the inside, you can just sew your button through. And we did do a tutorial on putting a button on. Oh, look at that. Can't even put a button on properly, Sarah. Look at this. We did do a tutorial with putting buttons on with the machine, but I don't think that would be appropriate here. So, where's my cotton? There we go. Right, remember to put it through the second bit now, you dilby. There we go. Now we're putting that through there. Hollywood. You get the picture. I'm at the point where I'm losing interest. Does it really need a button? Can I leave it flapping? So I'm just going to put a button in here. Now you could, if your button is big enough, you could also incorporate that bit there. Okay. Like this. Did you see Carol Tomes did the tutorial we did with the folded Hungarian square? Did you see she'd done some cushions? They looked beautiful. They were put up on Gigglers. They looked amazing. It does make me happy when I see people have done something that we've taken time to work out. There we go. That's a really, really bad way of putting on a button. Like that. And then you would do the same over here. Okay, so you would put the button in there. Let's just stick this in for now. Batiks are really hard sometimes to hand sew. I'm not sure I would hand sew with them. Right, so you will put the button on there. Okay, so there you'll have your little bag. Alright, so then, look at this. It's a good job I followed the line, isn't it? So then, your little bag, you just pull it, and you have a folded bag. Now you can, if you want to, work out where your corners are, like that, and put in a boxed corner. I did that with this one and I completely forgot about it with that one. So you can put in a boxed corner like that. So let's have a look. This can be done at this stage. So you're going to fold this, where are we? 3. You're going to fold this, make sure your points are out, like that. And on this side, make sure your points are out. Just pull it out like that. There we go. So make sure that your line is central. You might want to move anything inside out of the way. You're going to take your ruler and using a line, one of your heavy lines, put it on your seam, and then you can work out where you want to put your, where you're going to put your corner. So I'm going 3/4 of an inch up, and then you're going to turn it over and mark the other side like that. Let's pull. Make sure everything's out of the way underneath. I'm going to go up 3/4 of a thing. Now this is another point that probably, I wrote all these down at home and then didn't pick up my crib list. So you're doing this would probably work better before you did any of your folding. Okay, where am I going? What am I doing? So that's one corner. This is where you're praying that it works, aren't you, sir? Okay. through onto this. So 3. So we've put our little corners in. Okay. I'm just going to trim all this off. I shall go home and put the buttons on. Where are we? There we go. Okay. And you just turn this back out now. Like that. Now I've caught the corner on there. Now I suppose you could do it that you folded it enough that this corner went in and you wouldn't need that stitch, then it would hold it down. But you have your bag with your false bottom like that for you to put in. Ta-da! I love it when it happens and it works. So, bye Jean. That's about it really. You put your buttons on, you can decorate as much as you like. I mean, you could put buttons on this bit where you sew here. You could put a button there, but I didn't want too many buttons. I think you'd have to have 4 buttons then, and I think that is a bit overkill myself. But you can make this any size, and if you're not going to if you're using a plain fabric, for instance, you're not going to, you can just edge it and fold it and use it as a bag. You could do bigger ones that way, but it's, you know, you could do fat quarters, 2 fat quarters. Just make sure that when you fold the corners, you've folded it diagonally. When you're folding it, you want to fold it in 3. Okay, so yeah, there's your little bag. So I'll have to have a think about what I'm getting people for Christmas now and see if I can get it into my bag, because otherwise they're not going to get used, are they? They'll just go in my I made that pile. Okay, so there we go, that's it, all done. Gorgeous cushion covers. What gorgeous cushion covers? Oh yes, they are. No, I catch up eventually. I get there. Right, okay, I'm going back over the shop and carry on doing your orders, and I will see you next week. Okay, all right, bye.